All right, guys, we're back with book club and we're still reading What a Fish Knows by Jonathan Balcombe. Today we're talking about navigation and touch and feeling. The first experiment that I thought was really cool was they took two different groups of young salmon and exposed each group to a different scent in the lab, then released them back into their native habitat. 1.5 years later, they dripped those two scents into two different streams during spawning season. And the fish that had been exposed to the scent in childhood went to that stream. So they had one group of fish in one stream and one in the other, which I think is crazy that they can retain that information for that long. Next, he talked about how most fish have a right eye bias. So when they're exploring new and scary things, they do so with their right eye. So next time you're at an aquarium, pay attention to how the fish look at you through the acrylic. Are you scary or are you not? I think that's pretty interesting. Talked about shark senses and being able to sense a fish's heartbeat 6 inches under the sand. They have an incredible advantage over those fish, I would say. Excellent hunters. And then, likely pleasure evolved to reward useful behavior. And so we can presume that fish enjoy being touched, especially fish that would rely on, say, a cleaner wrast to remove parasites from their skin. Since that is a useful behavior that would benefit them in their native habitat. And then we started talking about pain, and this is really fascinating stuff. They did research to determine how fish feel pain. So if they're injured, do they go back to their normal behavior quickly? Do they prefer water infused with morphine? Does pain impair their abilities? Or do they prefer a barren exhibit over a naturalistic habitat if that barren exhibit has pain medications in it after being injured? The answers to all of those things are yes. As an animal trainer, what I find most fascinating about all of this is the amount of training that goes into these fish to be able to perform these projects and studies. So if you're bored in your current job, go be a fish researcher. You can have some pretty challenging training that you would need to do. And then lastly, do they experience stress or joy? So some of the research looked at, do they respond to anti-anxiety medications? Do they behave differently if they're exposed to higher cortisol levels? And do they play? And again, the answer to all of those things are yes. So fish are cool, people. If you didn't know that, get on board. If you haven't read the book yet, I hope you're at least enjoying these summaries. Next, we're going to talk about fish intelligence. So you might be a little bit blown away by that research. All right, thanks guys. Thanks for continuing to learn and grow with us at Animals Amplified. Also, if you made it to the end of this video, comment below, fish are cool, and I will enter you to win something cool.